Laurie Kadrich.
Is not available. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hi, Laurie. It's William here, William Montgomery. I got your email. Thanks for responding. Ultimately, all I'm trying to do is get the left hand to talk to the right hand these days. So there's some issues with regards to the city. Basically, the police force is pretty hell-bent on continuing to believe that that east side of Safeway bench area that's now been filled with rocks is private property. I'm going to court over it because I jumped this fence that was illegally placed in this right-of-way. But the fence was no issue on your guys' side. Robert Mosby sent the takedown notice. The business owner themselves didn't think it was private property. In the email, they just said it was a temporary safety precaution until they could get their minor amendment pushed through. And so ultimately, it was a sting. I think it's doing great, but I also think that I could do better. I think you guys are at the point where you should have enough information to work with now. So the point is that I already gave this email chain, the full email chain, with regards to the publicness of this property. I gave that to the district attorney, Bob Percifield. He won't do anything with it. He won't touch it. He just pretends that it's stuff that doesn't apply to him. Ultimately, the warrantless arrest affidavit judge that signed off on this warrant of mine that night, that's Matthew Zehe, and he's in courtroom 1A, and he was the one that basically rubber stamped this document out there, claiming that that east side of Safeway is private property. In a nutshell, that email that I got from you guys, I gave a copy of it, not the full email, but just the main part, the 2384 takedown. I gave that to a police officer the night I jumped this fence, and the police officer ignored the email, pretended I didn't say anything about it in his police report, and didn't mention anything in his police report that I had mentioned right-of-way, Robinson Piersville project, things like that. And so he did mention in the police report that I had an email, but that I thought it was Safeways or something like that. But nevertheless, this email, while it was mentioned in the police report, was never mentioned in the warrantless arrest affidavit. And so, granted, that judge should still be able to do his own job correctly anyway. He's supposed to be able to strike down things. He was supposed to be able to go and look at 460 South College and see the east side is not private property. But nevertheless, I think it was still a really big no-no for Chernak to not mention that email whatsoever. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get that email chain to Matthew Zehe. I can do it myself. I've been told I can write him letters and stuff like that. But, every single moment that I pick up my fingers on this, I'm billing you guys because it's a zero lawful justification. I was kidnapped and I was falsely imprisoned by officers who claimed that area is 460. There's no evidence of it. There's never been any evidence. They were supposed to use their patrol maps that night. They're supposed to use their city dock plats. You guys have one that's 143 years old. It's very standard. And so ultimately, what I'm trying to say is your police department is overthrowing your other departments, your zoning and your engineering. They are undermining you, and they are currently still docked to go to court over this. They think there's still hope to convict me of trespassing. They're going to subpoena their officers saying it's private property. And I don't know where I'm at other than having to start wasting more taxpayer dollars of your guys' by starting to subpoena my own people. I can subpoena Rob. I can subpoena the surveyor. I can subpoena John Vanita, so forth and so on. But I figured it probably doesn't have to come to that. And so ultimately, I'm looking for reform. I really think that there is a larger issue going on with 460 South College. I have evidence to support that they have been calling that place private property for years. And also security guards have been moving people from there as well. So the business owner side, at least with regards to Safeway and the management, they might think that's private property still too. Real estate company, they definitely know it's not, But nevertheless, I just wanted to see if I could get this email sent to the district attorney's office and or your police department. I've been working with Craig Horton of Internal Affairs. He says he can't really do much. He thinks I have to save it all for court. But that's because he's refusing to accept all this information.
You are approaching the maximum length for a recording. Finish your recording after the tone.
Anyways, I'm trying to work with Horton in Internal Affairs and Bob Percifield in Larimer County District Attorney's Office. No hands are knowing what the other hands are doing right now. You guys are all effectively racketeering. I think you need to start talking to each other. It'd be great to start with that email.
You have reached the maximum length for a recording. To send this message, press pound or hang up. To mark it urgent, your message has been sent.